Hello friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works Workshop. First thing I want to say is thank you to all the new subscribers. We're getting several new subscribers every day now, and we'll soon be hitting 800 subscribers, which is just awesome. And for just doing this for, I don't know, I don't think we're into it for 2 years yet. It'll be 2 years coming up this summer. Got several projects. I'm mostly going to give you an update today because this is my 100th video, and I had planned a big production for my 100th video, but I just don't have time. I am busier than a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest or a cat covering up you-know-what on a marble table. Anyway, just too busy to put a lot of effort into this. But I do have several projects. I'm going to give you a little hints on what's coming up on future videos. I also want to show you the status of my new workshop, and I have been asked for my 100th video to show my recording studio, and we'll do that too. But first, I got a couple of projects that are pretty cool projects, really, and I think they're going to make great videos for you, and those will probably be released within the next week to 2 weeks, something like that. Before I get to those projects, though, here's a kind of a quickie update thing, or here's a kind of a quickie. This little mandolin, it's called a bean blossom mandolin, and you can see it's stripped down to nothing. And the problem was the top, and it's dusty here, I got it all covered in dust. This top was sunken worse than any top I've ever seen before. It's still a little on the flat side, but it was undersunk. I've never seen one so bad. It's made really crazy. It's just got a single brace down the middle, and this brace had pulled loose down to about here, and the top just gave in, boy. I mean, it just sunk. So the customer brought this to me over a year ago, and I told him what it was going to cost him to fix it, and I said, to be honest with you, it's just not worth fixing. I said, I can get you a Rogue mandolin, and if you haven't seen my Rogue mandolin video, take a look at that. It's about how to set up, and it's kind of a review of the Rogue mandolin. It's a cheap mandolin, but it's one I get for a lot of my students. And anyway, so we ended up buying him one of those, and so he just donated this one to the cause. He says, listen, if you can use it, just keep it. He said, and I told him what I would do with it. I said, well, one of these days I'll have a young student that can't afford a mandolin, and I will just throw this thing back together somehow and make it work and let them have it, I said, I'll just give it to them. And that was my promise to him, that I'm not going to profit from it, I'm just going to give it to a student. Well, it just so happens I'm doing group lessons with a homeschool family, and the whole family's taking music lessons, and I'm teaching I'm teaching all of them really how to play the mandolin right now, and we're working on guitar too, and a little bit on fiddle and things like that. But anyway, so we're doing group lessons, and they only have one mandolin, and so I've been taking a whole slew of mandolins with me when I go. And anyway, as a matter of fact, another little girl from a different family came in on the group lessons this past Wednesday. So to make a long story short, that's what I'm going to do with this. I literally just sawed the back off. I didn't care if I got it good or not. I just sawed it off. I forced that brace back up, glued it overnight. It looks sort of like it's holding, but I'm not going to trust it. I'm actually going to put a bigger block in here and help reinforce this neck joint here so that this doesn't pull down again. That won't take me very long, and I'll just glue that in there. Then I'll just glue this back on here. It's not going to look perfect or anything, and I'm not going to try to make it look perfect. I'm just going to make it a playable learning mandolin for one of the kids. So anyway, that's one project that's got me, working on it. This is kind of a really cool project. Let me show you what this is all about. There will be a video coming out on this little tenor guitar. As a matter of fact, I may have already previewed it in another video, but I have made a lot of progress on it. I glued up all the cracks in the back and everything, and I put 3 new braces on the back, and 2 of the braces came loose out of the top. And what the cool thing about this one, it's kind of like building a ship inside of a bottle, and you'll probably hear me refer to that in the video that this will actually be seen in. But I had to take the neck off of this thing too, and you'll see a real neat way, well, I don't know if it's neat or not, but it's the way I take necks off. and a contraption that I made, a couple of contraptions that I made to get this neck off of here. And wouldn't you know, as luck always goes with me, whenever I'm forced to take a neck off, and I use the word forced, meaning that I do it at the very last resort. I don't take a neck off unless I absolutely have to. And this one had to come off because the neck angle was just crazy wrong. It was like this versus like that, and I'm exaggerating obviously, but it was way up. So anyway, I took it off, and I'll show you, it'll be a cool video on how I got this neck off and how I had to fix these braces on the inside of here when the hole is so tiny that you can't get your hand in the hole at all. So anyway, that's a video that'll be coming up in the next week to 10 days probably. Also on, this is the fretboard off of there, and you will see how I repaired the whole end of the fretboard. I actually had to, put a whole new end on this fretboard. And I just used a piece of cherry wood and dyed it black, and now you can't really tell it, see? And anyway, you'll see how I did that too. Now we will move down to my recording studio. I'll give you just a quick look at that, and then we'll go take a look at the progress that's been made on my new workshop. For reference, this is the table where I do all my work, and this is my office upstairs, and you've seen this room many times. And this door, you may have wondered where it goes or what it is. It's not a closet. It's a stairs that goes down to my recording studio. Now the recording studio isn't all cleaned up right now, so I'm just showing it as is. And you can see this is my recording booth here where I have my machine, and it's a pretty big area. The walls are carpeted. The ceiling is what's really cool in here. You can see there's a grate. It's a grated ceiling with that black grate, open grate. And that kills all the reverb and echo in here, along with the carpeted walls. It's a very dead sounding room, which is what you want for recording. Those double doors there go into the other side of the basement area, which we use as kind of like a break room and kind of a bathroom back in there too. So, and then here's a look at many of the group projects that have been done here. This particular project here won a Bluegrass Album of the Year and for the Spigma Midwest. There's been, a number of significant projects done here. One of the most significant projects was two Negro ladies came here all the way from I think it was like up near Hannibal, Missouri, but they were on the Illinois side. So I like Cairo, Illinois. I think that may be where they came from. Well, anyway, they came here and recorded Negro spirituals, and that was played in the background on the PBS documentary on slavery that was, it's probably been 10 years ago. So they came all the way down here to my studio and we recorded that. Over here is just a bunch of CDs in alphabetical order that I used to use on my radio show. So that's just a list, or just a bunch of CDs. And then we'll just show you the actual machine that I use. It's just a Roland workstation. It's a 16 actual tracks. Well, they call it a 24 track. And then it's got like 256 virtual tracks. And, I've got my neutral speakers there, the Roland studio speakers that help you mix it. And I've got a rack of just goods and services over here that I use to play back things and also to overdub music from tapes and different things that people bring in. They want it put on CD or whatever. So it's not real impressive. I'm sure many of you probably have a much more impressive setup. But I do get real good sound down here and have had great luck with it. Just recently I did a interview from the Joplin tornado victims for NPR, for National Public Radio. They sent the people in here, and they did a phone interview with them, and I recorded the whole thing and sent it out to California. So that was another kind of a big significant project that was done here. So we have a lot of fun. I'm always busy, got something going on all the time. Now we'll take a look at the progress on the new workshop. Well, hopefully you can see that we've got it all closed in now. This end over here hasn't got anything on it yet. We just have Tyvek, of course, on the outside here. And you can see the garage door and the window that I put in and the man door. The garage door came out of my old shop, and I'm going to convert that to a house, so I didn't really want the garage door in the basement of the new house, or of that rental house that I'm going to convert it to. So anyway, I moved that garage door up here. I thought that would be handy for bringing in large projects into the shop. This little vestibule right here, let me turn on the lights in here. I'm going to have a little, as we come, my back is to the door right now walking in here. This in front of us is going to be the new office out here. And that little room back there is going to be the new bathroom. But this will be my office area. I'm going to have a small walled off area right here with all the doors locking. And this little small walled off area will be the, maybe it's better to show it from this angle. There's the entrance door, and I'm going to put another wall across about right in here somewhere, and this will just be a little locked up area here that UPS can drop all their packages. So when you ship me an instrument, it'll be dropped off in this secure location, and it will be kept out of the elements, and it will be heated and cooled, so it'll be perfect. And this whole area will be the actual workshop here, and you can see there's the garage door, other window. And on the back wall, I'm not going to have any windows. I'm just going to have it insulated and closed off, and that way I'll have a lot more wall space. I'm always hurting for wall space. This actual workshop area is about the same size as what I have presently, give or take a few inches, so it's pretty close. And the office in here will probably actually be a little bit smaller, but I should have plenty of room for what I'm going to be doing in here. So that's where we're at. You can see the light coming through the walls. You can see, like I said, it's literally, I've got to do some work to the outside to close all that off before I have it insulated. And I've got the rough in for some of the plumbing here already. Haven't really got that all glued up yet. It's just kind of sitting there. And you can see where I'm going to have my drain coming out. Since we're in the shop here, I wanted to make a plug for everybody on these lights. These are the most awesome lights. I don't know that I can really film it very well, but they're LED lights. They're not, fluorescent lights converted to LED. They're actually bought this way. I got them off of eBay. I'm only using 6 of them in here, and it lights it up like daylight. It really is bright light. I have, I think it is 12 of these up in my other shop to light the same amount of space. 12 fluorescent lights, I should say. And I don't think it's as bright as these are, especially at night. You turn on, when all the outside lights are off, you turn these on, it is just amazingly bright. And there's only 6 of them, and they're LEDs, and use a lot less energy and give off way more light. So I would recommend them highly. We're walking along in front of the building right now, and I just put in another drainage ditch here and a corrugated pipe for crossing through here. So I've been pretty busy. Ran water lines all the way through here, had all this dug up, ran the water line all the way down through here, and this is the back of the building, the back side of the building. And you can see where we've got the pipes. There's the water line, the small water line, and then there's just a couple of pipes laying there that'll be connected up to the new septic tank that we put in. And of course I'll be having fields run out down through here, so just a lot of work. I just stay busy literally all the time. I hope you enjoyed the mini tour of the recording studio and of the new workshop progress. I want to say again, thank you so much for all the new subscribers. I appreciate all of you that have been watching my videos and saying such nice things. I really appreciate that. Of course, we've had our share of criticism too, but I I understand that, and there's always more than one way to skin a cat, and I know people have their preferences, and I understand that. But I don't make any claims to be the very best. I just make my own claim of here's how I do it, and I've had pretty darn good success, and most of my customers, at least to my knowledge, are very, very happy. So anyway, enjoyed this little chat with you, and I hope that you'll be watching more of my videos in the future. Please tell your friends about my channel and share any of the videos that you feel that you'd like to share. Thank you for watching.